All right, we're finally getting to the point where we're adding the final parts to your web project. Now, if you are new to our class for computer science, don't worry, we'll make it work. And I want you just to especially take a good listen as to how we search for images, because that's really what today is all about. First things first, however, is make sure that everyone has a copy of this worksheet. This is at the top, I think it says 11B for this one. And it's about searching for images. Okay, I want you to grab your name or your writing utensil, whether it's pen or pencil, put your name up here and what hour it is. And then here's what I want you to circle, underline, or highlight. Okay, you are going to search for a minimum of 3 images. Okay, you have to properly source it. Okay, that means the creator, the website, and the licensing for it. Okay. Now, I put these notes on here about what filters to put on when you start your Google search, but let's run through it because most people have not searched for images this way. In addition, you may have forgotten. We have these breaks and then your brain goes, right? All right. Now, on my website, which, by the way, I'll talk through this at the last minute part, but my website that I created is all about musicals. So when I am going to look for images, I'm going to look specifically for some of my favorite musicals. So I'm going to say, I'll look for something related to Wicked first. Okay, so I'm going to type in Wicked musical and then put on the images filter. Now, hold on, because you're going to see a lot of images, but these aren't filtered out to be ones we have permission to use yet. Okay, you should see tools somewhere under this search box, and then you should find a thing or a little tab that says usage rights, and there's a little drop down next to it. Pick Creative Commons licenses. Okay, so you do your search and you have 3 things: images, then tools, then Creative Commons licenses. All right, then start searching. Notice once I see this, I see a lot of Flickr. I'm familiar with that one. Printable, I haven't heard that one before, but cool. So I think just to make things easier, ooh. Good. All right, I'm just going to choose this one as my example. Okay, now double click on it so you get in there, even before you download it. We'll take a look at it. And then the reason I'm having you do this is because it's imperative to write down the licensing information, mainly because this stuff, oh, interesting. All right, so when I double clicked, it took me away from Flickr and took me to Printervol, which looks like this ordering site. So what I'm going to do, if stuff like this happens, then we're just going to close out of this one, go right here, because I thought it has creator. Oh, see, this says copyright. So I'm going to stay away from Printervol because it looks like those might be troublesome. So instead, I'm going to stick with something like Flickr. Here we go. This is something that I know will definitely have licensing on it. Okay, cool. So let's see, once we get this loaded, we are on the website Flickr now. And when you're on Flickr, if you keep scrolling down, here's the author. So on your worksheet, if you're like, yep, I'm going to take this one, then record the licensing stuff right now. Okay, so what is this one? This is the Wicked like logo playbill. If you go to musicals or plays, you know, the playbill is like the program they hand to you. All right. The author was this person, B.C. Beatty or Beatty. Okay. Let me go back there. B.C. Beatty. It was on Flickr. So on my worksheet, Flickr. Notice Flickr is spelled oddly without that E there. And then the Creative Commons license. Now you got to turn your eyes and look for this. On Flickr, they'll show you the icons for it, which is right here. If you've gotten really familiar with what those are, you can just write down BYNC SA, but if you aren't, click on Some Rights Reserved and it will tell you right here in the letters CCBYNCSA. The 2.0 and deed are not as important, just to basically get through the letters here. So I'm going to make sure we get that written down. CCBY-NC share like. Okay, now I've got that recorded because you need that when you go to cite it in on your website. So go ahead then. I've got to go back here to the image. Whoops. Where'd it go? I'm over here. That's why. All right. So here, now I want to download it. There's a button on Flickr over here. Download the photo. I usually say probably like a medium, smaller medium size to get it downloaded. La 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 la. Oh, nice. License does this. I like how it does that, making you aware of the license for it. Okay. And then you can continue on and keep searching. All right. But as you do it, make sure you record this information so you don't lose it. Now, if you want, you can go into your downloads folder, and then if you want to change the file name right now, okay, so for example, today, oh, this is a hideous file name. It's just a bunch of numbers and such. So what I'm going to do is go ahead on here, and I am not on a Chromebook, so that's why it looks a little different. But I'm going to rename this to say Wicked Program, something like that. Okay. The nice thing is I can tell right here it's a JPEG file, so that is compatible with code.org. So we're good. Okay. All right. If you want, you can wait until you upload that into code. That's fine too. All right. Now, the one thing we haven't really talked about is, hey, what if I want to use my own image, pictures that I've taken on my website? You are totally fine to do that. Here's what you should do. Okay, so let's say I'm going to add a picture of my dog or whatever it is. Okay, and by the way, you don't have to have that link on there. All right, who's the author? Put your own name down. Okay, so if I want to say Ms. Best, all right, I would put that in there. What website? There wasn't any. Okay, it's just a picture I took with my phone. Okay, maybe some of you actually did post it on Instagram. You can certainly say that if you did. However, when it is your own, it is perfectly acceptable not to have something written for the website. When it comes to Creative Commons license, here's what I want you to do. Definitely put BY for the attribution. And I'm going to ask you, just to protect your work, say NC for no commercial. Nobody's going to make money from your artwork. And then also include no derivative works, meaning no one can change your stuff. They can't take it and Photoshop it, use it in a meme, and so on. Like to put the most restrictive one on for this project. Okay. Now, once you get at least 3, and you can certainly add more, that's fine, which just means keep going and make sure that you're writing down the licensing that's appropriate. Then I need you to go here. Because here, after you finally get everything downloaded, I say go to code.org Unit 2, Lesson 7. Nope. Go to Lesson 13. I open that up. Level 2. Ta-da. Because here is where then you can get started. If you've gotten through the process of finding at least 3 that you want to include, then you certainly can move on to this stage. Okay. Lesson 13, level number 2. And then this is going to walk you through everything as you go on. Okay. Don't finish it yet, because next time I'm going to talk through the kind of properties I want you to start adding it on your images, which will fit the rubric. And then you have to run a spell check on it. Okay. The one thing about not working in Word or in other programs that have the Grammarly or something else automatically connected to it is it's created horrible spelling. So we have to treat this like you are going to publish this. Okay. You say, oh, it's just a website. That's publishing digital content is like publishing a book. You have to make sure you look at it and make sure the quality is excellent. Okay. And you will get deducted points if you have typos. So if you're not the best speller, I'll show you how to do that next time. Because in code.org, it doesn't have a spell check feature when we are programming in HTML and writing content. So we got to be careful about that. Okay. Sweet. So your job today, get these 3. Now, this is a sheet you're going to have to keep. So if you want, once you've got it all, you can get it checked off, because this does go in the grade book, but then you can keep it. I just want to make sure that you get credit for it as continuing to build your website. All right, so have some fun searching for images and make sure they have a Creative Commons license. Good luck and happy searching.